We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
Okay, for most people watching, they're like, that's just him being him. But for me, I see this and think, oh, we're in trouble. See, my grandma, I never heard her swear in her life, and then all of a sudden she started dropping F-bombs. She stopped doing the crossword. That was dementia. I'm not a doctor, but neuroscientists call this disinhibition. They're like out of fucks to give, and it only gets worse. Think of the brain as a library. We register memories, consolidate them, and retrieve them. But swearing, that's a problem with that last bit, retrieval. Neuroscientists call this problems with word finding. And when it gets bad enough, people get aphasia, also known as word salad. They cannot be understood because, like a library after an earthquake, none of the words are where their brain thinks they are. But before the quake, people just start stumbling with the wrong word or just inappropriate, so they start to swear because they can find that word. There are 7 stages of dementia. In 1 and 2, we see subtle personality changes, reduced empathy for others. Then in stages 2 and 3, we see more impulsive behavior, inappropriate social conduct, and a loss of manners, which makes sense if you can't find a word. Maybe you recognize that and you get frustrated, or maybe you didn't realize it and get the wrong thing. After stages 3 into 4, 5, 6, 7, it gets really bad. A study of almost 60 patients found behavioral changes during the progression of dementia was nearly universal. Half to 2/3 forgot things. 3/4 were unable to regulate their personal conduct, and 1/3 had language or motor skill issues. One study created what they called a yellow brick road for Alzheimer's. It's the Scarecrow and the Tin Man. The Scarecrow is the frontal variant of Alzheimer's. People are irritable and paranoid and timid. They're forgetful. They can't speak well.
In the Gaza Strip has been
The researchers, they had a little insensitivity, and they said the Scarecrow has no brain. Then there's the Tin Man, who has no heart. This is the behavioral type of frontotemporal dementia, heartless, ritualistic, and rigid. The behavioral type is like a sleeper disease because people keep their executive function as they lose other things, characterized by a lack of empathy.
Do we fix this country? How do we come back together?
Well, but I couldn't care less.
Craving the familiar, like umbrellas from their old house. Scientists guess they get stuck in their views and thoughts, fixating on viewpoints and getting compulsive with pleasing behaviors like collecting or hoarding, and no word if that includes narcissistic branding. People with behavioral FTD have indifference to important events like a major death.
We're holding up over the last 3.5 years. I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks. They've just started construction of the new ballroom.
Neglect of personal hygiene, walking to the same place at the same time every day. On-the-job mistakes that might be uncharacteristic. Pacing, clapping, rubbing their hands together, saying things that are rude or offensive. Repeated mistakes at work. Frequent and abrupt mood changes, blaming others for consequences of their behavior. They have anger at limitations on their activities. You can find the BVFTD diagnostic checklist on theaftd.org. If we had a Scarecrow before, the Tin Man is worse, especially if no one is talking about it. The problem is, once the books start falling off the shelves, no one can put them back.